Good afternoon, class. I'll be discussing the same chapter from chapter 1, 1.2, 1935 Act and Working of Provincial Autonomy, Congress and other ministers. I've discussed up to the Congress ministers. Today I'll be starting from activities of the Congress ministry. In my book, the page number is 13. If you are using the new book, please check in your book my page number, and in your book the page number is different. So activities of the Congress ministry. The Congress was committed to release all political prisoners through the intervention of Gandhi. 1100 detainees of Bengal were released. As the Congress was committed and released all the political prisoners through the intervention of Gandhiji, and about 1100 people of Bengal were released. In UP, many prisons, including the Kakori prisoner, were released. Third point, the Congress leader not only releasing the member from the jail, but also removing the restriction on political exile like the Raj Bihari Bose, uh, Prithvi Singh, Maulavi Abdullah Khan, Abani Mukherjee and other, but they could not do much in respect. The prisoners were all imprisoned by central government, so they could not release from Andaman jail. Suspension, number 4 is suspension order on the political parties and similar organizations were revoked. Number 5, the press granted the right of free criticism. Now the press is free to criticize. Number 6, Congress minister in Madras remitted the pending loans from the prisons. As the Congress minister in Madras remitted the pending loans taken by the prisons and from the India from the government. In Bombay and UP, the interest on agriculture loan was reduced. Number 7, the Bombay ministry passed the 1938 the Industrial Dispute Act, and wages of mill hands were increased. The Bombay ministry passed the increase of salary or wages, not salary, the wages of the mill workers, which was passed in 1938. Even for license for selling intoxicating drugs was restricted. The number 9, the business problem was a burning problem. The formation of Congress ministry has generated a new hope amongst the peasantry, so the tenancy legislation was taken up in all the Congress ruled provinces. Number 10, every effort everywhere efforts were made to protect the peasants from the clutches of the money lenders. It is said that everywhere efforts were made to protect the peasants from the clutches of the money lenders, as the money lenders gave money to the peasants on high interest, so they are protecting the peasants, and irrigational facilities were increased. Actually, this was a period of tremendous awakening among the peasants, and they stood behind Congress. Because of this, the peasants stood behind the Congress. Next is law passed for the government. The Congress had always promised a better working condition of the worker. Naturally, thus the Congress in October 1937 appointed a labor committee which gave programs, and all the India Congress committee accepted it. It is include holiday with pay. Means if the person even if he's in holiday, he will get pay. Leave with payment. Even the number 2 is, even the person is sick and he took leave, he will also get his salary or pay. Third is employment insurance. There should be employment insurance for the workers to fix minimum wages. Minimum fix of their they fix the minimum wages of the workers. Recognition of union trades. There should be a trade union for the workers. Just a small Kakuri conspiracy case. Let's see what's there. The revolutionaries of North Indian founded the Hindustan Republic Association at Kanpur with the object that for organizing armed revolution against the colonial rule, they need finance. So the Hindustan Republic organization decided to organize dacoities against the government property. Thus, on 9th August 1925, 10 revolutionaries stopped the train at Kakori, a village station near Lucknow, and looted the official railway cash. But ultimately, they were arrested and tried in the Kakori conspiracy case. This was a Kakori conspiracy case. The Bombay Ministry took up the case of labor and introduced industrial dispute bill to prevent strike and lockouts as far as possible. But this gave a wrong signal to the workers who went to strike. Ultimately, this movement was suppressed with the help of the police authority. Another important event was a massive workers' strike in Kanpur, where 24,000 workers went on strike demanding higher wages and better living conditions. Ultimately, the dispute was settled by the ministry in Bengal. Congress supported the jute mill strike in Tisco. Workers' strike at Jamshedpur. Jawaharlal Nehru and Rajendra Prasad acted the arbitrators between the Tata authority and the workers. During this period, another important feature was increased leftist influence on the working class. The Bombay ministry took up the cause for the labor and introduced industrial dispute bill to prevent strike and lockouts. This this gave the wrong signal to the workers, so they went on strike. Ultimately this movement suppressed with the help of police authority. Another important event was massive there was a massive workers strike in Kanpur, where 24,000 workers went on strike demanding higher wages and better living conditions. Ultimately this dispute was settled by the ministry in Bengal. Congress supported the jute mill strike, the Tisco workers' strike at Jamshedpur. Jawaharlal Nehru and Rajendra Prasad acted as arbitrators between the Tata authority and the workers. During this period, another feature was increased leftist influence on the working class. In all the Congress-ruled provinces, a vigorous campaign was launched in favor of prohibition, khadi, and hand spinning. At the initiative of Congress, an All India Education Conference was organized at Wardha in October 1937. Conference prescribed free and compulsory education throughout the country for 7 years, mother tongue as the medium of instruction and vocational training in a number of provinces. Attempts were given to put the scheme into action. As the Congress ruled provinces, a vigorous campaign was launched in favor of prohibition, khadi, and spinning. All India Education Conference was organized at Wardha in October 1937. The conference prescribed free and compulsory education throughout the country for 7 years, mother tongue as the medium of the instruction and vocational training. In a number of provinces, attempts were taken to put the scheme into action. In number of provinces, this scheme was taken into action. The major achievement of the Congress were reduction of salaries of the minister. Now the major achievement was there is a reduction of salaries of the ministers, welfare scheme for the tribals. They had a welfare scheme for the tribals, jail reforms, and declaration of fundamental rights. A summary of men development under non-Congress ministries. I will discuss this topic on the next class. Thank you.